Hello everyone! I want to share with you an easy and fast method to model trees of any shape you want. I won't go into details into the texturing, but I'll still show you the process, from start to finish. Take note that the topology is not optimized, but you can spend some more time sculpting and remeshing for better results. Delete the default cube and add an icosphere with 3 levels of subdiv. Go into edit mode and use the box selection with X-ray enabled to remove the bottom half, then delete everything but the vertices for the top half. Add some randomness by going to select random. I recommend deleting around 40% of the vertices. Since this tool is random, every tree you make with this method will be unique. Now that we have the shape of our canopy, we can make the branches. Extrude your points with E and right click to keep the extrusion in place. Then scale down with S. Press M and choose Merge by Distance. Choose a value that groups the points so that they form clusters of 2 to 3 branches. Press G and then Z to move your new points down on the Z axis. Repeat the process some more times to merge all the branches into a single point. Then extrude the point down to make the trunk. Go to the Modifier tab and look for the Skin modifier. In Edit mode, select all vertices and press Ctrl A to make the mesh thinner, until you reach the desired width for the smallest branches. Starting from the bottom, press Ctrl+ to expand your selection, until you select everything but the tips. Then press Ctrl A and increase the width of the mesh. Now reduce your selection by pressing Ctrl- and increase the width again. We want to repeat this process until we reach the bottom of the tree. Add a subdivision modifier and you're pretty much done. You can always make some adjustment to the shape. Here I'm setting the Skin modifier to Smooth Shader and applying it. Let's see how to add leaves using a particle system. Start by importing a PNG of a branch with the images as planes add-on. Then go into edit mode and add some loop cuts to make a vertex where the branch connects to the tree. Press Shift S and choose Cursor to Selected. Then, while still in edit mode, duplicate the plane and rotate it by 90 degrees. Go into Object mode and choose Object, Transform, set Origin to 3D Cursor, then scale it down if needed. To scatter the branches on the canopy, we need to create a vertex group. Select your tree and go to Weight Paint mode. Make all the weights equal to 1 by using a linear gradient and dragging it down below your mesh. Then decrease the weight to 0 and keep using gradients to decrease the trunk and inner branches weight. You can use the Radiant Gradient tool for a better result. Go in the Particles tab and add the new particle system. Set it to Hair, go to Render and choose Render as Object, then select the branch. Adjust the scale and decrease the scale randomness to add some variation. Then in Vertex Groups, choose Group as Density. This is already a good result, but we want to hide the top branches a bit more. In the Particles tab, tick the Advanced option and enable Rotation. Choose Normal as orientation and add some randomness. Then change the face to move the branches to go a bit upward, as this is more similar to how branches grow in real life. Finally, we are gonna add the texture to our tree. Go into Edit mode and select everything, then press U and choose Smart UV Project. Go in the Material tab and add a new material. Then go to the Shading tab and apply a texture. You can download the texture from the web or make your own procedurally or with another software, but I won't go into details in this topic. Alright, so this is our first tree done. Let's see how we can use the same method to create a pine tree. This time we want the canopy to have more of a cone shape. Start by adding a cylinder and scale it down at the top. Then add some loop cuts until the mesh is divided into squares to have more geometry to work with. Select some random vertices and delete everything else. In this case, some of the points at the top are too close, so I'll join them by pressing M and choosing Merge by Distance. This still looks a bit irregular, so I'll select some random points again and bring them down on the Z-axis. Again, we start by extruding and joining. This time I'm scaling them down in the X and Y axis only, by pressing S Shift Z. Repeat the process until you reach the trunk. Remember to make the branches point upward for each step. From this point forward, we repeat the same steps as before. Add a skin modifier, adjust the width, add a subdivision modifier, and the base mesh is ready. I'll speed up the process of adding the branches with the particle system and texturing the tree, and show you the final result. As you can see, our second tree is ready. You can pretty much model any tree shape with this method. I find it especially useful if you need a lot of variation in the background. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna try it, and if there is anything you would improve. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.